Guys, hope you are doing good. This is going to be a short quick update and a very important 10-minute video, not more than that, for distribution channels. And moreover, I'm going to talk about what I have been doing with my agency since the past 6 to 8 months. So just before that, just a quick intro about myself. My name is Vasil and I'm the founder of Make Brands Big. We are a full-fledged Amazon automation agency since the past 2.5 years, and we have managed multiple clients. First of all, we started with managing wholesale FBA clients, but we also moved into private label space as well. And just the month before, I had my biggest success month, and in that I made around $43,000 in net profit, and that was like around 1 or 2K of revenue from just a single product in just one single month in like 30 days. So that was the biggest success. Nevertheless, coming back to the point, we are moving into managing distribution businesses, and we are planning to take over managing not more than 5 to 6 distribution businesses. And first of all, let me tell you the reason why we are moving into a B2B sector while we are managing Amazon accounts, which is B2C, which works completely different than what it works in B2B, right? So number one is that we have got a huge client's budget which we have to play with. So we've got like more than $700,000-800,000, and since at this point of time we are moving ahead with getting more and more clients, so we need more and more supplies before that as well. First of all, we'll sort that out, and after that we'll take more clients. So to get that amount of supplies where we can easily invest $700,000-800,000 recurring each and every single month, that requires a huge amount of products coming to us. And of course, we have got a good amount of distributors, good amount of importers, a few brands as well, which from which we buy from. But still, I think that if we have to take on more clients, this can immediately scale up to like $1 or $1.5 million per month in buys as well. And in order to do that, we need to have, as an agency, a few distribution channels which we are managing, and immediately the products which these guys send, we can immediately buy them and sell those products to our clients. So in that way, it's a good profitable model for the distribution channels as well, and it's a great profitable model for, of course, our clients as well, since we do not have to wait and find the right opportunity, but because of course we'll be managing multiple distributions, we'll be having multiple opportunities at every point of time, right? And another good point here is that every distribution business which is operating right now, they've got a great leverage which we do not have. And what's that? That is being in the States. So, since I'm based in Karachi, Pakistan, and all of my team is also based in Karachi, Pakistan, we cannot go out and physically meet suppliers. And that is a huge drawback, because a distribution channel which we, were managing at this point of time, we are managing even at this point of time, we scale it up to from only 10 to 12K of monthly revenue, even lesser than that, to around 300K of extremely stable revenues, right? And at a net profit, that's pretty low, but still at a net profit of $8,000 to $10,000. We are planning to scale that up as well. Of course, when we are selling to our own clients, we do not take huge amount of profits. But of course, when we are selling via Telegram channels or via Discord groups, or through multiple channels, of course, the profit margin in there, that's a bit higher. That scales from 2% to 5 or 6% as well. And of course, that depends on the products. But yeah, nevertheless, coming back to the point, we scaled this distribution channel from 10K to 300K. And how did we do that? That client was based in Fargo, North Dakota. And he was also into Bitcoin mining businesses, into storage businesses, in multiple businesses as well. And he had great connections, which we could not establish from here, right? He had those connections. He was a very good buddy with the Rajma trading with Kevin. He was a good buddy with multiple distribution channels as well. And via his referral, we are able to get another distribution channel who we are going to manage after a few days. We are just waiting for onboarding fees, etc. But nevertheless, we scaled that channel up and we leveraged his connections. Of course, we had a good amount of clients, and he had a good amount of connections, and we sent him to trade shows, we sent him to meet multiple clients, multiple suppliers, and from there he had a good amount of buys, which were mostly accommodated by our own clients. So he did not have to worry about where to sell these products, because we already had these buyers desperately waiting for good and profitable products which could be sold on Amazon. Now, since we are also moving into Walmart automation space as well, I think it's a very good point of time where we start managing a few distributions and we scale those distributions up. Now, if a new distribution comes to me and they ask me that why should I work with you? Now, number one, we can streamline, automate those processes. So of course, I do understand distribution is an extremely messy business with invoicing, with being on your suppliers as quite honestly, just to make sure that the invoice is paid, being on your clients as well, and especially with these groups who are like managing themselves via Telegram channels or via Discord channels. The buyers there, they do not spend more than 3 to 5K on average, and in there you've like only got $100 or $150 to make on each and every deal, as compared to us who are like bringing in like thousands of dollars in profit for each, for not each and every deal, but in total each and every single one. So nevertheless, those kind of messy businesses, they can be streamlined because we use multiple softwares for that. And secondly, we can leverage our own supplier network, which we have established after like 6 to 8 months, working since like 2 years, but in 6 to 8 months we have been extremely aggressive with that, and we have managed to get a supply network who can supply products of more than 150 to 200K quite easily. So immediately if a distribution onboards with us, we are going to influx that amount of products with them. With the current products they have and the amount of products we are going to bring to them, we are also going to bring a customer base to them as well. So for example, if a distribution at this point of time is doing 200K in revenue, we can immediately scale that up to like 250, 300K in revenue, and we can add a customer base of 100K as well. So on supply and demand end, these both things are like sorted. Moreover, if for example this distributor is great with let's say beauty niche, right? So they're like very specific about a single niche. Most of the suppliers who are like working off Telegram, they are quite general, but what I recommend is that if you want to go general, of course, move ahead with that. It's completely okay, especially with closeout suppliers, liquidators, overstock dealers, those kind of suppliers. But nevertheless, your real game is in going down a specific niche, and from there scaling your distribution business up. And I'll tell you the reason why as well. So most of the big importers and brands which we approached from a distribution channel, when they asked us that, okay, if for example it's a beauty brand and they asked me that, okay, what kind of supplies do you carry? And I just show them my Telegram channel or my website, and they see that, okay, it's an extremely generic website. It's basically a general store which is coming to me. They will not be persuaded to give me an account with their brand. They'll not basically help me open up an account with their brand. On the contrary, if for example I am a supplier in a very specific niche, so for example if I've got already a product catalog and I'm like moving ahead, being more general, I would rather prefer to be more specific in one single niche and then move ahead with that, right? So for example, if a supplier comes to me and they say that, okay, I'm like looking forward to get into this beauty niche, so I'll immediately leverage that. I'll revamp their website, which looks more like a beauty-centric distribution network, and then we'll approach these beauty brands, these beauty distributors, these beauty importers, and try to get approvals from there. And of course, since these suppliers, which we are like looking forward to, especially these distribution channels, which we are like looking forward to manage, their CEO or their founder or their sales team, it needs to be in the States, because we want to leverage those connections, right? So for example, if someone's like based in Florida, I can send them to multiple physical stores, set up meetings with multiple brand owners, set up meetings with multiple importers, and bring them on the table, get those approvals, and from there we'll have a huge influx of supplies being added as well. So that's the main point of managing a distribution channel, that I'm going to increase the supply, I'm going to increase the demand, and in there of course, we are going to benefit as an Amazon automation agency. Our clients are going to benefit. Since we do understand the ins and outs of Amazon business, of Walmart business, we'll be easily able to accommodate with invoicing, with ungating, in every way we can, of course, accommodate the clients which the supplier currently has, which the distributor currently has, and of course, they are like, they plan to have in future as well. So we can like scale that up. Moreover, I have closely monitored every supplier, on especially with Telegram and on Discord, those kind of suppliers. I've like closely monitored. I've seen how these guys grow. I've seen where they run ads. I've seen how they get themselves registered with Wholesale Central, and I understand, how to basically scale your distribution business in terms of revenue, in terms of customers, in terms of suppliers. So managing the front end, the back end, streamlining processes. So that's the reason. And of course, once we go into a specific niche, if I've got 5 different distributors, each into their specific niche, this way I can leverage this huge influx of buying. And quite honestly, I'm like expecting more than $1.5 million in like buying available for me, of course, from the distribution channels which I manage. And I would 100% prefer buying from distributions which I manage rather than new distributors, because there's like lots of problems with that as well. You just want to make sure that you're not being scammed. You have to make sure the lead times are good. And of course, if I am the one who is like managing my distribution channel and from there I'm like selling to my clients, it's not rocket science to understand that, okay, I'll be like 100% confident with what I'm selling, where I'm selling, to whom I'm selling, and how can I increase my customer base, my suppliers, how I can accommodate sellers from Walmart, from Amazon. And moreover, with a supplier, we moved into fitness category, and we also like started contacting multiple fitness centers as well. Of course, the client had to play a huge role in this, because he was like going into those physical meetings with those gyms. They will not pick up the call and just immediately start buying from you. You'll have to go physically meet them and then convince them why buying from you is better, because you carry a huge catalog. You do understand the trends, because on internet the trends come quite quickly, and then those trends are like followed on other channels as well. And for that, I do recommend everyone to just book a consultation call with us, and let's see how we can like benefit your business. So yeah, that was pretty much for today, and let's get on a call. Thank you.